Hey guys, I'm sitting watching CNN's coverage of Ukraine and the war, and I had just three quick thoughts as I was listening to their coverage. The first thing is that CNN shows as all these people are evacuating Ukraine to play up the race angle by talking about how many black immigrants or immigrants to Ukraine could not find a train to exit the Ukraine. And I thought to myself, for once, finally, CNN has to admit that at least compared to other countries, that the US is the least racist country, because instead of denying people access to escaping the country, we're actually flying people into the country at the government's expense. The second thought that I had was, as people were fleeing, it was the women and children first that were allowed to flee, while the men had to stay behind and protect the country. And I had a couple of thoughts about that. The first thing is that is exactly how it should be. It should be that the man's role is to protect. It should be that any time that we're looking at a public policy or safety measure, that we should prize and consider women and children first, while the men are there to do and fulfill their role, which is to preserve and protect and create an order for human flourishing. So I found that just really heartening as the Ukrainians understand that, and yet we in our culture, just based on some of the things that we've done with COVID lockdowns, simply do not understand the idea of protecting the weak. The other thing that I thought about was how twisted our culture is and how right they are on what masculinity actually is. And their role is protector, because I'm sure it wasn't just the people that identified themselves as men. I don't think that they have the same confusion that we do in our culture as to what makes male or female, or people that say that they reject that binary choice altogether. I think it was very clear. You're a man, you stay behind, you protect the women and children. The women and children get to go. The third thing that I was thinking about is the ideas of freedom and national identity and prizing country even over self, which is something that we have lost in this society. We've lost it because instead we've taken on all these tribal attributes. We're so concerned with whether my race or my status is properly represented, as opposed to the United States of America. And what we're being shown by the Ukrainians, from the leader all the way down to the people, is that ideal that as a nation, we should all gather together for its protection and preservation of ourselves and our posterity. It would be wrong of me to end this video without also highlighting the importance of the right to bear arms. See, when all the men stayed back to protect the country, what did the president do? He went around and made sure that every man had a gun so that they could go out and fight against the Russians. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what sort of impressions you're getting from watching all of this. I know it's unfolding. We definitely pray for the people of Ukraine. We also, pray for what's going on with Putin. Some of the news reports that I'm hearing is that, perhaps he's dealing with paranoia, or things are not completely stable as far as his thought process. And of course, now we have the specter of nuclear war. So all of those things are a little bit disconcerting right now in this situation. So those are my thoughts. Please share what it is that you've been thinking. My name's Ollie Schwaga, and this has been 10 Points to Ponder.